Hi, I'm Rob Cram, and today we're taking a look at Frima Studio's storytelling adventure game, Fated: The Silent Oath, which released on the Oculus Rift and HTC Vive, with a PlayStation VR version launching later this year. To be very clear, from the off, this is very much an interactive story rather than a fully fledged game, where you'll be listening to other characters, looking around the environments and occasionally nodding your head because your voice is taken away from you at the start of the game in exchange for your life. It's a tale of Vikings and giants, and as you watch and interact, you'll get deeper into the lore across its 5 acts. There are some moments where you have complete control to move around using a gamepad, of which there are 2 modes to handle the turning, with the snap option of the 2 reducing the likelihood of inducing motion sickness. If you've the stomach, then a more traditional option is available, which isn't so bad considering the moments where you're in control are spaced out quite well, and the speed at which you move is about the same level as a snail. Combined, it's pretty easy to not feel the effects of sickness, even if it means the game's overall length is needlessly elongated as a result. At other times, your silent character will ride a horse and cart, and it's here where you can take the reins and steer. Sadly, there's no options to whack the horse's rear to speed up, so it does feel a bit like lip service. There's an interesting story on offer here, which does draw you in if you pay attention, but does end rather abruptly and seems to suggest there will be further episodes. You can replay any of the completed sections if desired, but there's little incentive to do so once you've experienced it the first time, because it plays out the same regardless of what you do. It's very much linear in its progression. In terms of visuals, the game's animated look works well in VR and offers confined moments such as in caves, although at the start you do get to shoot arrows at deer in the woods. There's some good quality production values here, but the lack of freedom does impact the game a little, leaving players on the brink of desiring a bit more. The audio is well produced with likeable characters and a neat soundtrack to complement it. Fated is very much like jumping into a storybook and being an observer whilst events happen around you, so much so that it feels like this could be a prelude to a new way of presenting tales to younger gamers. It's a short experience that will last under 2 hours, and as mentioned, once done, there's really no need to go back, which is a shame. For VR enthusiasts, Fated can only really be recommended for those with younger players who might want to jump into a VR adventure without blood and gore or any real spooky moments. There's a few puzzles and interactive features tossed in to keep things involving, but in terms of the Vive and its controllers, there's no unique features that make use of the hardware, so it's very much a seated play experience only. Fated coming in at $14.99 seems like a lot for such a short experience, even if it's a well-made product, which means it's pretty hard to recommend at its current price, given the lack of replay value. If you're looking for a game where you fight, smash swords and explore, then this isn't it. If you're after an interactive story, then you'll find an interesting game that's worth checking out once the price has fallen considerably. Fated: The Silent Oath scores 6 out of 10. I'm Rob Cram. Thanks for watching.
Over here!
Wait here until I'm across. The bridge is too weak to support us both.